Welcome to Mischief Wargaming. I'm John and this is Halo Flashpoint. It's been a few months since the last Halo Flashpoint video, and it's a game I've been looking forward to revisiting. This time, instead of Fireteam Ifrit facing Fireteam Triton, that game's victor, Fireteam Ifrit, will draft a team to face the Covenant menace of the Sangheili Mercenaries in a game of Slayer. Fireteam Ifrit is made up of 4 Spartans, which are a mix of new Spartans and those represented in the last video. First is Spartan Theo Walker. Returning from the previous game, this Zvezda Spartan has the scout rule, which I do forget for the game, so ignore that, and is equipped with a VK-78 commando rifle. Next is Spartan Emil Blair, a Mark 7 Spartan. Blair has the tactician rule, and is equipped with a Covenant pulse carbine. Spartan Mia Flynn is a returning Deadeye from the previous game. She's got the fast transition rule, and is equipped with a M392 designated marksman rifle. To round out the fire team with Spartan Nate Howell, a brawler, Spartan Howell brings the CQS-48 Bulldog shotgun. The Spartans also have access to the special order Snapshot. Let them get a quick shot at charging opponents. Their opponents are the 4 Covenant elites forming the Sangheili Mercenaries. First we have Divu Vutan, the melee specialist who starts off with a plasma grenade and a deadly energy sword. Next is Sivo Zuhomi, who has the standard elite loadout of plasma grenade, an energy dagger, but also has a pulse carbine as a primary weapon. Kuga Santak is equipped with the more classic elite weapon, the plasma rifle, while Viper Masum has the other classic elite weapon, the Needler. All the elites have the evade rule, keeping them mobile while under fire, and the Sangheili also have a different special order. Reinforcements incoming lets the elites immediately respawn one of their models, gaining an extra activation doing so.
Slayer.
The Covenant win the roll-off and deploy first. The first team to score 8 kills wins. The first weapon drop is placed, a deadly energy sword is placed near the elites. And I instantly forget to use Spartan Walker's scout rule. The first elite, Divu Vutan, sprints to the middle while staying in cover. Pick up a frag grenade. Spartan Blair sprints to higher ground, picking up a plasma grenade in the process. Sivo Zuhomi also sprints forward, sticking close to the board's edge. Spartan Howell advances and uses the fire team's advanced dice to move into position to open fire at Sivo. The Bulldog shotgun getting some hits in. But it's not enough to really hurt the elite, who only loses some of their shields. The force of the shotgun also knocks the Sangheili back, preventing them from using their evade skill. Viper Masum capitalises by moving up and firing their Needler at the Spartan Brawler. One of the shots is then re-rolled thanks to the Needler's weight of fire rule. And Howell loses his shields and takes 2 damage. Spartan Walker sprints in, picking up a plasma grenade. Cougar Santak remains still as they open fire on Hal with their plasma rifle. The continuous fire rule gives the rifle 2 weight of fire rerolls, causing more than enough hits to kill the brawler.
First strike!
First blood goes to the elites, but not without cost, as continuous fire means the elite needs to pass 2 survive checks or take damage. And to end the turn, Spartan Flynn sprints to the high ground. The second turn begins with Sevo recovering their lost shields. Another weapon is placed on the board, a rocket launcher. Fireteam Ifrit carries forward a command dice because of Blair's tactician skill. The elites roll an extra model activation and an advance. Divu Vutam immediately closes the distance with Spartan Blair. Using their energy sword to cut the Spartan down, securing another point for the elites. Spartan Hal respawns and fires his bulldog at the sword-armed elite. The shot doesn't do anything, and I forgot about the elite's evade skill. Viper Musum jumps back down before taking aim at the Zvezda Spartan. Despite the weight of fire, the Spartan only loses their shields. Walker responds by moving up, picking up an overshield, and throwing his plasma grenade at the elite. The throw lands, sticking to the Sangheili, knocking out its shields. The blast does enough damage, thanks to the grenade's lethal trait, to kill the elite, scoring a point for the Fireteam Ifrit. Cougar Santak sprints up and picks up the energy sword on the floor. Spartan Flynn jumps down and picks up the rocket launcher, before moving back up and crouching for cover. Sevo Zuhomi moves up and also crouches behind cover. Spartan Blair then respawns by the Covenant deployment zone, picking up a health pack. They open fire on Divu, damaging their shields. They then use the fire team's shoot dice to fire again. But this time the shot fails to hit. They end the turn by using the fire team's advanced dice to move up. Turn 3 sees Divu and Walker regain some of their lost shields before a focus rifle is placed on the board. The Spartans decide to roll all new command dice, while the elites roll an extra dice and a shoot action. Cougar Santak moves up and throws a plasma grenade at Flynn. The grenade sticks, and easily does enough damage to kill the Spartan. Walker advances, picking up the focus rifle, before using his commando to fire at Divu. The shot only grazes the elite, who uses their evade skill to move in. Walker uses the fire team's shoot dice to fire again. Only to again damage the alien shields. This time the elite uses their evade move to get in and attack Walker. The energy sword easily cuts away the Spartan shields. Now that it's Divu's activation, they take another swing at the Zvezda Spartan. This time the damage is lethal, slaying the Spartan and letting Divu pick up the fallen focus rifle. Spartan Blair moves up before opening fire on the elite leader. Killing them and causing them to drop the newly acquired focus rifle. Sivu Zahomi moves in and fires at Blair with their pulse carbine. The carbine's ESD rule damages the shields, before the rest of the attack nearly kills the Mark 7 Spartan. This activates their health pack, which is used automatically, bringing them back up to full health. Spartan Hal sprints in, picking up a shroud screen and a grapple shot. Viper Masoon respawns with the team's focus rifle in hand, but uses their needler to fire at Hal. Despite a lot of the crystalline needles finding their mark, the Brawler Spartan only takes some shield damage. Spartan Flynn respawns and picks up a threat sensor. They then take aim at Sivo, damaging the elite shields. Sivo uses their evade skill to move into Blair's space. Blair then uses the fire team's special order dice to use Snapshot. The shot does some minor damage, but it's not enough to stop the charging elite. Sivo attacks Blair with their energy dagger. But is unable to land a hit on the Spartan. Turn 4 begins with Blair, Hal and Sivo regaining some of their shields. while a sniper rifle is placed on the battlefield. Fireteam Ifrit keeps the extra dice and rolls a shoot action and a special order dice, while the Covenant roll the same ones. Cougar Santak charges in to attack Blair with their energy sword. Blair takes heavy damage, but just survives. Spartan Flynn moves in to join the fight, picking up an overshield and focusing on Sivo Zahomi. The attack only manages to damage the elite shields. Sivo ignores Flynn and instead focuses their attention on Blair. Who is slain. Spartan Hal uses the grapple shot to grab the sniper rifle from the adjacent cube, before taking a long action to fire it at Viper Masum. Thanks to the sniper's ESD and lethal rules, the elite is taken out with one quick headshot. The Needler armed elite then immediately respawns, however, and moves onto high ground. Spartan Walker respawns with the fire team's rocket launcher and fires it at Viper. The shot hits, and Viper is nearly killed. They're knocked off the tower, preventing them from using their evade skill, and the elite becomes pinned. Diva Vutam then respawns, picking up a hardlight shield as they charge Spartan Hal. The brawler is cut down, and the elite steals the sniper rifle for themselves. Spartan Blair respawns, moving to higher ground before taking aim at Viper. The shot doesn't hit, so Blair uses both the shoot action dice and the extra dice to fire again. This time it's overkill, as the elite dies for the second time this turn. The Sangheili Mercenaries then use their special order to respawn Viper again, who comes back with a focus rifle and uses their Needler to shoot Walker. The shot misses, however. Turn 5 has Sivo recovering some shields before a second energy sword is placed on the field. Fireteam Ifrit carry over the special order dice, while the elites roll an extra activation and a fight action die. Spartan Walker begins by moving up and firing their last shot with the rocket launcher. The projectile finds its mark, causing Divu Vutam to lose some shields in the blast. But the main target of Viper Masum takes the full force of the rocket, killing the elite. Fireteam Ifrit then use their activation dice to immediately activate Spartan Howl. The Brawler respawns, picking up a Shroud Screen, before running in and attacking Sivo Zuhomi with their combat knife. The charge is enough to finish off the elite, scoring another point for the Spartans. But now the Sangheili respond, with Divu sprinting towards Howl, picking up a health pack on the way. The elite's energy sword effortlessly cuts down the Spartan, bringing the team score to 7. They also use their activation dice and activate Kuga Santak. Kuga attacks Spartan Flynn, but despite their energy sword, the Spartan avoids the swipe. Spartan Flynn then responds with their own attack, the combat knife finding a weak spot in the elite's armour, killing them, and tying the game up at 7 points each.
Next kill wins.
With the next kill set to win the game, Viper Masum respawns, energy dagger at the ready, charges at Flynn. The backstab doing more than enough damage to assassinate Spartan.
Game over.
The Sangheili Mercenaries win the game 8 kills to 7. The Spartans of Fireteam Ifrit took a little longer to get going than the elites, but once they did, they nearly pulled a victory out from under Covenant's noses. But it wasn't to be, as the elites were able to make use of their evade skill and the better starting equipment of an energy sword for Divu and a plethora of plasma grenades made sure that when the elites hit, they hit hard. And that was Halo Flashpoint. The elites were a fun team to use. They felt like they played distinctly differently from the Spartans, with more shields and better overall stats, but less health. Looking ahead, there are new fire teams available, and later this year sees release of the Banished Brutes, which should also play pretty differently. There are also other game modes for me to try out still. If there's any other game you'd like to see me try out and take a look at, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care.